Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to do a quick video on the 2024 GasGas EC300 and the throttle guide plate. The manual says it comes with a gray one and a black one. So let's look at the two and see which one we want for our application. Okay, so here's a quick showing of the manual about the guide plates. We have right over here, let me get my pen out. The gray guide plate opens the throttle valve more slowly. The black guide plate opens the throttle valve more quickly. The gray guide plate is mounted upon delivery. Well, let's take it apart and see what we got going here to see which guide plate is in there, because the one that my bike came with was a white one, which is not specified in the manual. So I already got the screws taken off over here to get access to the guide plate. So these are the half shells that have to come off. And I marked on the housing rear. I didn't need to do that really, but just to kind of keep me oriented, and I also put a little R on the throttle cable adjustment nut, just so I know that's the one that's facing me. All right. So as you can tell, that is a gray guide plate. So how does the gray guide plate measure up against the white guide plate? I don't know, because it's supposed to be a black one as per the manual. So I'll go ahead and quickly take off these the throttle cables and look at that. Okay, so here's the throttle tube. There's one thing I want to make note of. I know in other videos this has been discussed too. You can kind of see right here, there's this little square protrusion. So if you take this off, if you take the guide plate off the throttle tube, that square protrusion needs to match up with the recessed square on the guide plate. So just so you know, and you're oriented when you put the new one on. Okay, so let's take a look at these two guide plates. Again, this is the one that was originally on the throttle tube, the gray one, and this is the one that came with the bike uninstalled. Now, it might look like the gray one is smaller than the white one, and you made that same observation, you're correct. Let's see if I can get this to display here on camera. So I have the gray one overlaying the white one. You can see the white one is better or bigger, so it might be better. So the idea is, if you put the white one on in place of the gray one, this one has a bigger diameter, so it'll travel a greater distance, so you get like a little more snap to it, and that's more what we're after. You can also see that the hole spacing between the two is different. On the bike it came with, on the guide plate that came on the bike, they're closer together. On the white one, they are further apart. So what I'm going to do is install the white one and see how it feels. But what I'll do before that, I should have done this before I took it apart. I should have measured the actual travel on the throttle with the gray one, then measure the travel with the white one. So I'll go ahead and reinstall this one for you guys, measure that, and give it a go. So again, we're going notch to notch when installing this back on. And it says, make sure it says outside. Okay, in doing this test, I went ahead and took the liberty to mark a line that I matched up with the seam of these half shells for the throttle cables. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark the full travel from idle to full throttle. I'm going to mark it on the other side of the clamshell here and see what we get. My hand's probably going to block you out, but I'll do my best. Okay. Looks like we're right about there. All right. So now we have a reference point for, we'll call that reference A. All right, reference A. Okay, again, the white one, the bigger one, also has that notch that we're going to match up with this square protrusion. There you have it. Okay, so let's go ahead and install this and take another measurement. Okay, I am zoomed in pretty good right now. So let's go ahead and take that second measurement. We'll call measurement B. All right, I got my same indicator mark on the grip. I'll go ahead and make that mark. Put a B right here. And it looks like rotationally, if it were a linear distance, it'd be about a 1/4 inch difference. Let me see if I can move the camera around, kind of highlight that a little more. Yes, so the bottom line is A, top line is B. So we have the gray plate and then the white plate. So we're getting a little less rotation on the white plate here opposed to the gray one. So the idea is this would be a little more aggressive. I'll go ahead and leave that on, and if I feel there's a difference, I'll go ahead and make a video. If there's not a difference, I'll probably just ignore it. We'll see. I only have 70 miles on the bike, so maybe just 6 hours or so. So I don't have a ton of time on it, but we'll see if that does anything, and let you all know. Let's get the rest of this bike torqued down and put this bark buster back on. One of the things I like that KTM does is they put the torque setting right on the clamp itself. So we're going after 5 Newton meters here. Just taking it easy, one side at a time. Okay. Boom, not too much. Throttle still seems great. All right. Okay, just to kind of sum up everything we did here. Again, this is the original guide plate that came on the 2024 EC300. It's gray. The one we put in was the larger white one. And what we concluded was the gray one had more travel in it, more throttle travel. The white one has less throttle travel. So the idea is with the less throttle travel, your bike will have just a little more pep to it when you start getting on the gas. We'll see. I still have yet to test it. As soon as I test it, I'll let you all know. But yeah, there's a couple of other things I want to do to the bike. I want to do the Trail Tech fan, and I'm thinking about doing the map switch. I don't know. I heard those are on back order right now, but let me know what you all think about the map switch on the EC300. Is it worth it? Is it not? I've also heard you could just remove the dongle on here and it'll put you in the green map. Not sure yet, so I'll have to research that. Anywho, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.